Hi, this is Brian Whitaker with BKW Horsemanship at Whitts Ranch in New Germany, Minnesota. And this will be the first video in a series, a pretty comprehensive collection of videos that I'm going to do on roping. I get a lot of people ask me certain questions about roping that it's really hard to explain in a text or an email, so I thought I would start a series. This will be the first video in this series. And as I get them made, I'll make them available on my page. So just a little bit of my background so you can understand where I'm coming from and my experience. I started taking lessons with a horse when I was 10 years old and got some good quality lessons. I took English, I did jumping, I did games, I did Western pleasure, I showed, I did all these different things for the first couple of years of learning from my lessons. And I enjoyed that, and I had a horse that was pretty green, pretty new to all this stuff. And along that way, I was introduced to roping, and I loved it. However, after swinging a little bit, I didn't have maybe the most in-depth instruction, maybe well-intended, but maybe the advice was not the best, and I struggled with it a lot. I couldn't even swing, and I really thought to myself, this is just something I can't do. I'm lacking something. It's not in my makeup. I wasn't born to be a roper. And along that, I tried roping on my horse that had never roped, and along the way, she she suffered some of my not knowing how to do things, and maybe accidentally hit her with the rope as I'm swinging, which is sort of part of this, and she got pretty frustrated. She thought she was doing something wrong, so I got pretty frustrated, and that was the end of that for roping for me. I just thought, this isn't something that I can do. I didn't mind working through a struggle, but now my horse is mad at me. I don't know what I'm doing, and it doesn't seem to be getting better. It's getting worse, so that's where I came from. It's just not for me. Well, lo and behold, that, I wouldn't know it at the time, but that wasn't going to be the case. So when I was around 13, I was able to get around some good instruction. A guy helped me out a lot. I was able to get on a horse that was a finished rope horse, meaning the horse knew its job. I could make mistakes, and she would forgive me. And that was real crucial to really starting to develop and hone some of my skills, learn the absolute fundamental basics in a way that allowed me to learn at my own pace and not have the horse suffer from it. So that's where I come from. As we progress in this video series, I'll talk about horsemanship, and to add to my background, I was fairly well at horsemanship, so I knew how to ride a horse fairly well. I knew how to, hang on at a lope and have balance, and I was doing the game. So balance and understanding some of that's the fundamentals of how to get a horse to do some things that would be, a benefit to me in roping was already in place. So and don't be discouraged if you don't have that background as far as the horsemanship. That's something that will be key in this, but you can learn a little bit as you go. And so that's why I tell people it's so important, especially if you want to be in the competitive arena, to have a horse that is a finished rope horse and is probably going to be a little bit older, for sure is not going to be even hardly under 10 in my opinion, that's been everywhere, is solid, is not bothered by the little things. If you want to eventually compete, by the crowd, by the different arena, there's so many different factors, by the barrier rope, which we'll go into all that in detail as we go. Not saying that you need a finished horse to start roping. I'm just saying if you're learning, if you don't mind the learning curve being extra long and having a lot more struggles, then that's okay. Then you could probably get some things done on a horse that's not as experienced. But if you just really want to focus a lot more on roping, a finished horse that is well known, that you can get along with and they can get along with you, that's key too, because they might be a really good finished rope horse, but maybe you don't gel with that horse, or that horse just doesn't understand what you're asking. And we'll do a series on what to look for later on in a horse, how to get a horse to be more accustomed to roping. But for now, that's just what my background is, and I hope that helps in your learning career. Thanks for watching.